He's a very fine guy. 666. Not Illuminati 6 though. 6 pack, 6 feet, 6 figures.
I really don't feel like my brain was meant to process so many baddies at one time.
God bab me this hairstyle. They will bab you the hairstyle and you will not look the same. You'll be looking ugly.
The husband's probably cheating or whatever.
Your son, Adewale, just was caught taking some very, very deep coke last week. We have all rubbed this under the table.
The two people that have like the sweetest like tongues, like that could talk to you well, men that are abusive and men that are...
You are now listening to Spill the Gist with Angie Baby.
Hi guys, and welcome to Spill the Gist. I'm your host with the most, Angie Baby, and on today's episode, I have with me a very, very special guest. This guy wears a lot of hats, okay? A lot of hats. I wear some hats, but he wears a lot of hats. He's a DJ, musician, composer, lyricist, songwriter, and he also works in IT. The list probably goes on and on. I just don't know much of it. But please welcome Zay Ade to the show.
Hey y'all.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
So what do you call your group? You know how they call them, roomies, or what's your following?
As of right now, I don't think I have a name,
Okay.
but maybe Gisters.
I was about to say that.
Oh,
I was
okay.
thinking that. The gist.
We're on the same vibe, yeah. Okay, so you guys are my Gisters, I guess. All right, and how's your week been?
It's been cool, busy, running up and down, but it's been cool overall.
Okay, so to start the show, we're going to do Break the Silence. It's just
Okay.
icebreakers, 5 questions,
Okay.
rapid fire, but if you have to explain, please go ahead to do so. Okay, so first things first, 2,000 truly dedicated fans or $2,000?
I'm gonna have to go with 2,000 dedicated fans. Fans turn into money eventually, so let's go
Okay.
there.
Your dream job, but it pays bad, or a high-paying job that you absolutely hate?
I'm gonna go with high paying job because I feel like your job is just to fund your passion.
Okay.
Your job is not your identity. I personally don't feel like people should really, really love their jobs.
But you spend hours at the job.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't feel like your job should be your worth, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Okay, that
Like,
makes sense. Yeah.
use your job to actually fund your passion. Don't make your job your life.
Until your passion becomes your job.
I wouldn't want my passion to even become my job. I just like my job as my job.
So would you rather have no HVAC forever, that's AC hitting the whole thing, or no internet or no social media forever, sorry?
No social media forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would you rather go back in time or see the future?
Go back in time. Not to change anything. I just want to watch.
You don't want to see what's gonna happen in the future. If you're not gonna do anything, why are you going back?
Because sometimes you just have a nostalgic feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I just want to watch. Like I just miss certain times of life.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't change anything, even the good or the bad, but I would rather watch. But the future, no, that's not tough. I don't want to see what's gonna happen in the
Okay.
future.
All right. And last question, excluding your songs, what would the theme song of your life be?
The theme song of my life would probably be I'm walking on the sunshine.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that's
I don't know. I'm just
good.
always happy to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the secret?
Honestly, the secret is just don't stress, bruh. Life is life. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Don't allow the enemy to play with your mind and make you depressed. Life is already as short as it is. So just live life, enjoy life, bruh, and you'll just be happy. That's the recipe to being happy. Just be a good person and you'll be happy.
Maybe I'm not a good person. I'm happy most of the time, but when something goes wrong,
Mhm.
it affects me entirely. So we're now moving on to Just Hotspot, where we discuss some of the trending topics right now. Did you see that Pop the Balloon has gone on to Netflix?
Yes, I saw that.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch it. So, my brother actually has a connection because my brother was in Phoenix playing football,
Mm-hmm.
and he got a connection to the person that owns Pop the Balloon. They wanted him to come on
Oh, really?
and stuff like that. Yeah, but nah, I didn't watch it. I watched the one on YouTube, but how
Right.
do you feel about the one on Netflix? I heard they changed up some stuff.
I didn't watch it because
Okay.
I saw the clips and I was just like, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
I feel like once Netflix gets involved, I feel like
Yeah.
it just kind of ruins everything. I
Mhm.
don't know.
I thought it would still be similar, but
Mhm.
it's like they made a parody of Pop. It's like an SNL skit.
Okay.
SNL skit.
So it's not real anymore.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so that's what I think the issue is. When it was on YouTube, it's pure. You're just
Mhm.
getting people,
Right.
and whatever happens in the moment happens in the moment.
Right.
But when you put it on Netflix, it's like now you're trying to sell episodes.
Exactly.
So now that's when it turns into reality TV. And we all know reality TV isn't real. And they changed the host, right?
Yes, they said the host was doing too much.
The new host,
Yvonne?
right?
Yeah, the new one.
Oh, is it Yvonne, that
Yvonne
lady?
Orgy?
Oh, it's her.
Yeah.
I think she's cool, but it just takes away that Arlette is not the host.
Yeah,
That's just what we know.
exactly.
They should have kept it the same and then just put it on Netflix now.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Arlette,
Mhm.
she usually is quiet, but her face does all the time.
Exactly.
But
Which
Yvonne is actually
yeah,
talking.
yeah. See, that
Yeah.
takes away from it.
And our second gist of the day, I don't know if you're into politics as much,
Yeah.
but China responds to Trump's tariff with a 125% tariff on all US imported goods.
Yeah. When it comes to politics,
Or economy.
yeah, when it comes to the economy and all that, it's like right now we're living in a crazy time.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people just losing their jobs. There's a lot of uncertainty. So honestly, if I lose my job, I really don't care. I save, I do other things. That's why I invest in everything else
Right.
that, that I'm doing in order to always have something.
But would you say, in terms of the news, would you say you get a lot of stuff from, do you shop
Ye-
Chinese?
Yeah,
Not
I
food,
mean,
but
now I mean, it's Temu Chinese.
yes.
Okay, and Shein, it's not
Yeah.
Chinese. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. I mean, the tariffs don't directly affect those, but there was a loophole, but now they took out the loophole as well. You have to buy something worth at least $800 or else the
To remove
tariffs.
the tariff.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does it directly affect? What other places is we get from
I
China?
think iPhones, because they're manufactured in China.
Oh, so
Yeah.
like iPhones are gonna be more expensive.
Yes, they're going up.
I didn't think it was gonna affect me that much, but now that you said
Everything. Yep.
probably is.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Don't you think you're missing something? My dear, you have forgotten to subscribe. How could you forget to subscribe? It's okay. I know you didn't mean to. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, I have come on here to formally apologize because there was no episode last week. Guys, I actually filmed and edited the episode, but the audio was just so bad. I couldn't put that out for you guys. It's the very best for my very best people, but I know that I'm gonna make it up to you this episode. Anyway, let's get back into our scheduled programming. So we're now moving on to spill the gist, the main point of the show. We're just gonna get into all the aspects of your life, especially as you have become an adult, because this podcast is centered on adulting and the whole experience.
And the PK.
Yeah, and the PK thing, yes, yes. Because I'm also a pastor's kid and you are a pastor's kid as well.
Yeah.
So I would like to get into your experience being a pastor's kid. It's like being in the limelight, but not really.
Yeah.
So I want to know how that has been for you. Let's first of all get into your career as a musician, Zay Ade.
Yes.
What made you want to go into music?
So I always wrote like poetry and all that. Honestly, I wrote my first rap in 6th grade, but it was really a punishment.
Okay.
It was a punishment from my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Johnson. I remember we used to have a pep rally for this exam that like the whole county had to take. And I remember I was being a class clown one day. And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna put you on stage and you have to rap for the pep rally. So it was kind of like a punishment,
Right.
but it wasn't really like a punishment. But I didn't know how to rap, but I did used to write poetry and all that. And funny enough, I still remember the rap and everything. So that's when I wrote my first rap. When I actually got in the studio was later on in life. I never really thought about making music or anything like that. But I had a really good friend. His name was Alex. His name is Alex. I always looked up to Alex. He was older than me. Always looked up to him. And I remember one day, my senior year of high school, he took me to the studio. He finished early and he had like 20 minutes left in the studio. And then he was like, "Oh, we got 20 minutes left. Let's just do something." And I'm like, "I don't rap."
Right.
And like, just write something, write something. So we wrote something.
On the spot?
We wrote something on the spot. We made a song on the spot. And after we recorded the song, the engineer, his name is J Rob. Shout out to J Rob. J Rob was like, "Hey, you got a nice rapping voice. Like, you sound good on the mic. So you should really do this. Like, this is a good song." And then we ended up putting that song out. And then when I put it out, I didn't think much of it. And then like I got like my first 100 plays. And then people was like, "Oh, you should put out another song." I was like, "Really?" So I just started making music from there.
About how many years ago would you say that was?
I want to say like 2018. I was dropping stuff before then, kind of like, but unseriously. But like 2019, 2018 is when I kind of got a little bit more serious.
So your most recent drop is True Love.
Mhm.
What inspired you to? You wrote the song, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what are the circumstances around creating that song?
Yeah. So with True Love, so let me just break down my writing process a little bit. So as an artist, like I'm really good at, I could take my experiences, but I could also write from another perspective as well. And it's not always necessarily something that I'm experiencing personally, but it can be, but it can't be. But
Okay.
I always leave it to the audience. So a lot of my fans that know me, they know that like I blur the lines between reality and my real life, because at the same time, I am a private person. As much as I put my life out there, I'm also a very private person. So I blur the lines and I let everyone figure out what is real, what is not real. Is he storytelling? Is this really happening? So I'll be leaving it at that.
Okay, in that same note, I have come across some of your threads.
Mhm.
So is that similar?
Yes, yes. So that's another thing. My threads, my Twitter,
Mhm.
everything about me that I put on social media is, it could be real, it could not be real. Like I could just put something subliminal,
Mhm.
because at the end of the day, and this is what I always tell people, social media is not a real place. It's not a real place.
It's not.
You don't know what's going on in someone's life. I
Right.
could be happy, smiling, and typing something that's like sad,
Right.
and nobody would know. And I almost love to prove that fact when I'm on social media.
Trying to confuse the ops.
Yeah, I confuse, like I just keep it mysterious.
Okay.
So that way nobody could really say for a fact, oh, this is what's going on, whatever the case is. So
Don't let them know your next move.
exactly.
Okay.
Nobody ever knows my next move.
Okay.
How does my threads look to you? How do I be sounding?
You be sounding like you're going through it 1 minute and like, oh, is he okay? Is everything okay? Especially the love department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had issues with that. In past relationships, but I feel like they understand me. Like sometimes I may post something, they're like, "Why did you post that?" But I feel like they start to understand. Like, okay, you just chatting.
All right. Since we're still on the topic of love,
Uh-huh.
you're in your late 20s,
Uh-huh.
and being from the African household, are you getting pressured for marriage?
So it's different for women and it's different for men,
Mm-hmm.
because the truth is that I know women, y'all get pressure because the biological clock and all that,
Yeah.
which is another topic that I feel like y'all shouldn't even listen to, because a lot of these people that pressure y'all are in marriages that they're not happy with.
Clock it.
And ultimately, the goal is to be with someone that you're happy with, not to feel rushed, so that you can meet this deadline and then be miserable. I see a lot of Africans in miserable marriages, and I feel like they try to push down the younger generation, like, oh, look at your age, bro. God's timing is the best time, bro. Me, I don't rush anything. I'm not gonna force anything,
Okay, so as a man, saying God's timing is the best, I feel like that should be more of the woman's approach because you make the decision.
Yeah.
So how does that?
Saying God's timing is the best. I mean, God's timing is the best for everybody too. Because even me making the decision, I have to pick,
The right person.
the right person,
Mhm.
whatever that means too. That's a whole
Right.
nother topic. But it's God's timing when I'm gonna do that. You get what I'm saying? Ultimately, I feel like on the issue of like people rushing into all this stuff, like I genuinely feel like a lot of like even social media has infatuated the idea of marriage without people really understanding what marriage is.
Yeah.
So sorry to say, but I feel like a lot of people that are getting married in this generation, we're gonna have a high divorce rate.
Oh, it's
Like in
gonna
the
be
next
starting.
10 years. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
like all these young people that's getting married, because you're making social media pressure you to make a decision that's like a real decision that you have to, this is the rest of your life.
Right.
After that wedding and all the glam and all the Bella Nine job posts, you have to wake up to this person every morning. You have to live life with this person.
Like you said, our generation, some of us are doing it right, but a lot of us are also not.
Yeah.
It's glamorized to actually have someone to spend your life with, and I want that too, okay? But it's not just having someone to spend your life with. Like, marriage is actually not easy. Choosing that person every single day, it gets hard, especially after so many years. And then there's so many people in the world as well.
I feel like social media makes it worse, the fact that there's so many people.
Right.
Because I don't feel like humans were meant to process how much people, how much, like for me, when I'm on social media, I'm like, I really don't feel like my brain was meant to process so many baddies at one time. I don't feel like that's normal. Like I should not be seeing this many baddies at once. It's not, the way that they did it back then.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have social media. They see someone in their area, they like them, they date whatever.
Right.
But now people are comparing.
Right.
Oh, look at this guy. Oh, he's taller. Oh, this guy, he buys his girlfriend flowers. Why don't you ever buy me flowers? Now you start, and it's just like at the end of the day, like you said, marriage is picking someone every day. It's not all butterflies, no matter what you see on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Stop comparing. If you're in a relationship, stop comparing your relationship to other people's relationships that you see online because it's not real. It's not real. I was watching this TikTok or whatever. Her
Mm-hmm.
and her man make TikToks or whatever, or Facebook, whatever the case is, and he got her something and all this stuff. But he ended up killing her. Literally, stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
and this is someone that you could look at and be like, oh, these are relationship, bro. Stop having relationship goals. Stop it. It's stupid. Because you don't know what, what people are actually dealing with behind closed doors. The man could be slapping the girl's head and you're saying that's your relationship goals and you're putting that to the air.
Especially you guys that be saying, may this love find me. You don't know what's going
Bruh,
on in the level.
telling you.
You're
Facts.
only seeing the Valentine's Day post.
Exactly.
You don't know what is going on. Oh, God, bab me this hairstyle. They will bab you the hairstyle and you will not look the same. You'll be looking ugly.
I'm telling you.
Be careful. Now, let's get into your experience as a pastor's kid.
Okay.
How has that been for you? Especially someone who's also in the creative field as well.
So my experience as a pastor kid has been so miserable. It's like, no, I'm joking. I'm
I was
joking.
about to say.
My experience as a pastor's kid, really, it's been chill. Like it's been normal. I feel like my dad does everything that any father should do.
Right.
Making sure I'm good spiritually, making sure I'm attending church,
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. I would say this. I know a lot of pastors' children, they have trauma, from their parents and all that. But with me, I feel like I'm in a blessed situation because number one, my parents, they respect everything that I do creatively. Honestly, they don't even understand what I be talking about in my raps. They don't understand, so that helps as well. But they always allow us to express ourselves, and stuff like that. It's been smooth for me. I haven't really, I mean, sometimes it is the pressure of people watching, and sometimes, I gotta have that talk with my parents, like, bro, like, they understand though, like, I don't care what people think about me. These people that judge or whatever, they're probably doing 10 times worse. I'm someone, I don't care what I walk into a room, I really don't care what people think about me. If you think I'm ugly, if you think my nose is big, I don't care what people think about me. As long as people don't think that I'm a rude person. You know what I'm saying? So being a pastor's kid has been chill. It is some downs, when it comes to the pressure and stuff like that, but my parents don't really put that on us.
Yeah.
What are your experience?
For me, it's the pressure of people watching me that I don't like. And it's like some people, I've had an experience where someone saw something. I was a kid back then, very, very young. And I did makeup. I like makeup. I've always liked makeup. And I was doing makeup. And it's like, oh, you're too young to be doing makeup. So some people were trying to report me to my parents. And it's just that's like the way they're always looking at pastors' kids, just trying to catch them fall or slip.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, their child has had 7 abortions.
Yeah.
No one is talking about that.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Your son, Adewale, just was caught taking some very, very deep coke last week. We have all rubbed this under the table.
The truth. It's the
Yeah.
truth. And I feel like even my older sisters dealt with that stuff as well too.
Mhm.
You know me, I'm so nonchalant that even if someone says something about me, my parents probably won't even really tell because they know that I don't,
Yeah.
really care. But I know what my sisters probably went through. People are always commenting. Their kids are the wildest. And they have the nerve to comment. And I always tell people, bro, don't look up to me, bro. Look up to Jesus, bro. Honestly.
Right.
Like,
Right.
stop, because those people have bigger fish to fry that
Right.
are looking at you, and a lot of it be the aunties and stuff, respectfully. And I feel like they be really going hard on the women like y'all
Yeah.
because they're jealous because their husbands that they rushed into marriage with is not showing them the love that they actually need. The husband's probably cheating or whatever the case is not showing them that love. So they're looking at you like someone that's young, and now they just jealous. Like I see a lot of jealousy, in their eyes. I remember when my sister was about to get married, one of the aunties told my sister, sat my sister down, said, listen, I want you to understand that men are men. They're gonna cheat. And it's okay. I'm like, God. She literally said, God forbid.
That phrase, You don't want to get me started on that phrase. That phrase is another topic for another day. And also, you guys need to remember that pastors are not Jesus Christ.
Facts. Facts.
Pastors are human beings.
Exactly.
And one thing about human beings, we're going to sin. We are going to try our best, but that's why we have the blood of Jesus. So yeah, even pastors, I feel like they're also looked at like they're not supposed to slip.
Yeah.
They have to do the right thing at all times.
Mm-hmm.
They're human.
They're human.
We are all human.
Mm-hmm.
Be coming down. If Jesus comes tomorrow, are you gonna go to heaven? Let's worry about that first.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I double down on that grace with pastors, honestly. They're human beings, bro. We're all in church because we're all trying to figure it out.
Right.
You find the worst people in church. You find all the gossipers.
Yeah.
You find all the cursors. You find all the slip. Everybody, the worst people are in church because it's a hospital for the sick. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. And everybody's trying to be a better person.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Okay, back to your music. What you think is your most underhyped song?
My most underhyped song. I'm not gonna lie, it's some songs that I put out that I'm like, dang, this joint only got like 10,000.
That's the thing
You
about being
know?
a creative.
Yeah, like, and that's that's just something you have
Yeah.
to accept.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's just something you have.
Uh-huh.
It's think about even when you post on TikTok, the
Right.
algorithm,
Yes.
the videos that you be like, man, this video when I post this next level,
Yeah.
that joint end up getting like what 5K views or something.
Yeah.
And then the video that you just like, let me just post something just to post it, it just blow up. Like that's just the algorithm.
That is.
But I feel like I have a good amount of underrated songs where it's like sometimes when people hear it, they be like, oh, where was this song the whole time? I didn't know you dropped this song.
Okay.
You know. So yeah.
So anyone?
It's a good amount of them. Is this song called Uh-huh? Literally Uh-huh.
I know that one.
Yeah, that I really
Yeah,
like, and I
it's
feel
good.
like it did well,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, dang, this was a good
Could've done
song.
better.
And
Right.
I need to on my way home, I'm gonna listen to it. Cause I feel like I don't do that enough. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm always on to the next thing. And that's not rap is not my main genre of music that I listen to. So
What is?
so I listen to a lot of like I'm weird. I listen to like a lot of like 60s music, 70s music. I listen to Sam Cooke, Etta James, The Temptations. That's like my primary music. My top 3 music categories is, 60s, 70s, 80s, and then it's early 2000s, and then it's gospel. And I feel like that helps my sound be a little bit different. I
Versatile.
don't listen to anybody to sound like them. So
Right.
it helps me with my creativity. I take a little bit from everything.
But we're moving on to the last session. Is it section or section? I don't know, guys. We're moving on to the last part of the show. It's called Story, Story, Story.
Okay.
It's a dilemma, and you're gonna advise the person in distress on what to do. Now I pulled this dilemma from Reddit, so shout out to whoever posted it. I don't remember. I, 24 female, have been dating my boyfriend Nate, 25 male, for about a year. He's always been super close with his best friend Julie, 24 female. They FaceTime late, go on trips, and have a million inside jokes. He swore she was like a sister, so I tried not to overthink it. But over time, things got weird. He started lying about seeing her, then posting her on his private story. He bragged about how she used to have a crush on him, but claimed it was nothing. I even found an old photo of them in bed. He said it was harmless, they were drunk. He never posts me ever, not even a soft launch, but Julie all over his feed. Things came to a head when she invited him to her birthday dinner and I wasn't invited. He said I wouldn't know anyone, so I messaged her directly, politely, and said I just wanted to clear the air. She replies, "Wait, you're still together?" Turns out Nate told her we broke up 3 months ago, called me clingy, and had been flirting with her the whole time. She sent me screenshots and apologized. When I confronted him, he denied everything and said she was obsessed and trying to ruin his only real friendship. Now, mutual friends are calling me dramatic for going behind his back and messaging her. So, am I the a-hole for going to her directly, or did I just uncover the truth?
Let me be real with you. What's the girl's name? She don't have a name?
No, she doesn't say her name.
Okay. This girl, this is moo behavior.
Moo behavior?
Yeah, this is moo behavior. Let me tell you why. At a certain point, you have to have respect for yourself. And this is how I am. If you're seeing signs,
Right.
believe people the first time. When they show you something, believe them. There's no way you're seeing pictures of them in bed, all this weird stuff, and you're still going behind to message. You didn't get invited to something, and you're still going behind to clear the air. What air are you clearing?
Exactly.
So I feel like she's number one. She's the issue number one because
Oh,
you have to have respect for yourself.
okay.
You see what he's doing. This is who he is. Granted, he's wrong 100%. But a guy like that is just that's how he's gonna be. But at the end of the day, women, men are going to do whatever you allow them to do. I promise you. If you allow them to keep doing something, they're gonna do it. Now, if the question was, do I believe in platonic friendships? I do believe in platonic friendships, but I do believe that there should be boundaries in everything, especially if you're in a relationship.
Right.
Certain things. But her not getting invited to the dinner, that should have been the end. You shouldn't even give him a chance to explain. Let me tell you, the two people that have like the sweetest like tongues, like that could talk to you well, men that are abusive and men that are habitual cheaters are the best talkers. Like they could really, oh no, 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 it was a one time. They could
Right.
really finesse. Those are the sweetest talkers on earth.
For me, the last straw was not even the birthday because I don't know that Julie, the friend, owes her that. Inviting the girlfriend to the birthday dinner when they have been friends for a while. When you saw the pictures of them in bed drunk,
Exactly.
you should have known. He posted her all over his social media. He didn't post you. Are you a fool? Are you not a fool? We will be telling you that he wants to be private. Meanwhile, Julie is everywhere.
Exactly.
Julie, you are dumb. And my issue with some of these, am I the a-hole threads, is that you're not the a-hole. Like, someone will come on and say, oh, my ex-boyfriend set me and my daughter on fire and I survived. They've amputated my leg. They've amputated my arm. Am I the... Be for real.
Yeah.
Be for real. Your guy is Nate, Abi, whatever. He's the one that is doing anyhow. Actually, you may also be the hero because the evidence was plenty and you decided to stay.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And also, even her accent, is she the a-hole? You could tell that's someone that's looking for, you're
Yeah.
looking for assurance, you're looking for
Validation.
validation. That's why, high key, that's why you're in the position that you're in.
Yeah. You may not be the hero, but you sure are the mumu.
Yeah,
And the
exactly.
mugu.
Let's put it that way.
Thank you so much for coming on. I really had fun. This was really nice. Where can the people find you?
So you can find me on IG Zay __ Ade ZAY __ ADE. You can find me everywhere, music everywhere. Zay Ade ZAYADE. My DJ name is Ade Vibes. You can find me there too.
If you're in the DMV and you need DJ activities,
Exactly.
you know who to call, okay?
Exactly. I had a good time as well. When you explode, when you blow,
Yeah.
call me back.
Oh, definitely.
Thank
Thank you so much for listening and for watching. If you're listening on Spotify or any other audio platform, I think you want to go on YouTube. My guest today is a very fine guy. 6'6", I think. Not Illuminati 6 though. 6-pack, 6 feet, 6 figures, I think. Oh, I'm claiming it for you if you don't have it yet.
I'm trying to get the 6-pack, but
Okay.
yes.
Please be sure to subscribe on whatever platform you are listening or watching on, and I will see you in my next episode.
Bye, Justers.